Hey guys, it's Charlotte, and I know I look exactly the same as last week's Charlotte because this is last week's Charlotte and I'm just in a role right now, so it's okay. Anyway, today I thought I would tell you guys a few stories, most of them embarrassing, about crushes I've had in the past. So let's go. So the first crush I ever had, I remember I was probably like 5 or 6. Yeah, I was literally 5 or 6. And I went to this, it was this like all girls school, but it was like all girls on one side and all boys on the other side. So the classes were separate, but then like the playground we were mixed together. Although most of the time just girls stayed on one side and boys stayed on the other. Anyway, so I was at that school, and obviously, like, during the recess, people mingled on occasion, and I had this huge crush on this guy. He was blonde, blue eyes, that's all I remember of him. I don't even remember his name, and I don't remember much of it, but I remember pretending not to like him. That's me with all of my crushes. I pretend not to like them, even though they like me back. I don't know. Anyway, I was pretending not to like him, and he admitted to me that he liked me. And my friend liked him too, and we were literally... So I was standing on a wall with my friend. This is me, this is my friend, and he just came and stood right next to me. And then I remember moving to being next to my friend, so my friend would be next to him, and he just kept moving back, and we did that for a decent amount of time, looking very awkward. And yeah, that's my first crush. Also, that year we did a play for Christmas. It was like when Jesus is born, and I believe he was Jesus's father, and I really wanted to be Mary. I didn't get the role. I ended up being one of those, like, shepherds that bring the gifts. It was not good. But anyway, I really wanted to be Mary because he was Joseph. So this other girl ended up being his wife, and I was so mad at that. But yeah, that was my first crush. Okay, now moving on to when I was around 10. I was like 8 or 10. So I had this crush on this guy who was really good looking. I believe he had like the Justin Bieber haircut. It was really on trend back then. All the girls liked this guy, and people were trying to figure out who he liked, and he was like, okay, the girl who I like, her name starts with a C, and there were 3 people's name who started with a C in my class. There was my best friend, this other girl, and then me, and then everyone knew it was either my best friend or me, and we both kind of liked him. So we were just like, I was like, don't worry, it's not me, it's you, like, don't worry about it. I don't like him anyway. As I said, I always say I don't like the guys. It ended up being me, but I still pretended that I didn't like him. To this day, he probably doesn't know, so he was always coming to talk to me, always. We were 8, I mean, what are you supposed to do at 8 when you like a guy? I don't know. And it was just, I just pretended not to like him. And then, a really funny moment, another guy in my class that quite a few girls liked, also ended up liking me. And one day, like at one point, they both broke their legs at the same time. So they were both like legs broken, and we had to go to this fair thing. And one of the students had to take both of them downstairs before everyone, like all the rest of the class, went down, so it wouldn't be too crowded for them. And she was designing someone to take them down. And everyone was like putting their hands up to do it, and I was literally just sinking in my chair, because I didn't want to take them down because they both liked me and it would just be so awkward. So I was just there, just kind of like sinking in my chair, and my teacher was like, oh, Charlotte, you bring them down. Like, joy. So that's what I end up doing. So we end up going downstairs and into like the courtyard, and they were supposed to come right after. The class didn't come for another 10 minutes, so I was there with both of them, kind of fighting over me. It was very awkward. Very awkward. I still remember this day. Yeah, moving on. Okay, then I believe it was the year after I changed schools, and I liked this guy. We were really close friends, and I wrote him a song because that's what I do. And I gave it to him. He was like, "Oh, that's so nice of you, blah blah blah." He did me a drawing, which that was pretty cool. And then he admitted to me that he actually had a thing for my best friend. So that kind of blew off. Yeah. Yeah. So that same year I had a crush on this other guy, but nothing really happened with him. We were hardly friends, to be honest. But you know, I just had a crush on him, and then I left that school, and I figure out a couple of years later that he's actually going out with my best friend, the same best friend that the guy I first liked. Yeah. So that is all I'm going to talk about my crushes, because after that they are more recent and not far enough for me to look back on and actually laugh about. And I'm at the same school, so if people like actually watch this and stuff, I don't really want people to know. So we're just gonna end things there. And those were like my beginning crushes. Those were my crushes from me, 10-year-old and younger. So quite amusing to look back on. Comment down below your funniest crush story, because I would love to know. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.